This man on your screen, Nerindi Enayat Kwasimi, minim semanya din right there, mintimijre. Or ye Afghanistan ni. Na ye babe din hunkomo. Recently, ebe told just say, Keno Furiata Ghana buying a shane sombra be answer questions no. Wakohan lawyers be na papa we can be. In fact, this man is the senior lawyer. Na yen kwatia. Yes, papa we na Keno Furiata lawyer. Now the story behind this man, no, you'll be shocked. Sa papa we na oye minister edima transport. Ewo Afghanistan, onya America ni oye Afghanistan ni. Na the cry edi Keno Furiata ko pia America no the same thing and edi no ko. That is why when I sit here me catch them say anytime you see somebody defending a criminal, sa ni pan so a criminal. Yes. So we say ya chi fraudster, no be to baby defending fraudster na sa ni pan enso a fraudster ni bi. Say defending armed robber no be the sorry, say ye chief fraudster. Na obi ti baby defending fraudster, no see a fraudster. Say ye chief armed robber, no obi ti baby defending armed robber, no see armed robber. This man, and I can offer that behind this one defending as a lawyer. Well, now oye Afghanistan, ya now oye minister for transport, Afghanistan. Corruption be a oye wohono, na nyasem kitwa. And no. Inti na ujani free Afghanistan ko share America and then ono so ye fugitive on timi go to no so defend you be ono so ye fugitive birds of the same feathers. Shadie. Oh no, I'm not looking for this, sorry. Shadie. There is a reason serious prosecutions fear documents more than speeches. Documents, remember, and the man now touring studios to launder indignation for Keno Furiata has a documentary footprint of his own that deserves daylight. So I say, Nipana and your friend Enayat Kwasimia or defending Keno Furiata no, or same issue like that. Enayat Kwasimi did not step into public life as a saintly defender of rights. Long before he became a Washington-based advocate, he served as Afghanistan's Minister of Transport. That tenure ended under the cloud of formal corruption allegations by Afghan prosecutors. The accusations were specific: abuse of power, misappropriation linked to aircraft procurement, inflated contract, a state airline deal allegedly overpriced by millions. He was arrested. He was detained. He was released on bail. While investigations continued, the case did not resolve into exoneration. It dissolved into distance. And this papa we Enayat Kwasimi onye sento onunso ye criminal kese wa Afghanistan. Ana oba be ye minister for transport wa Afghanistan. Na according to Afghanistan prosecutors no, the tenor na a full of corruption. Na ye accusing specifically and yamo ye accusing it was specific or abusing the office no misappropriating sikana linked to aircraft procurement. Yam fan say beto aircraft Ghana na we no air transport minister na bibia hye wonsem yenko wi a aircraft number sikana so ayan hu wa this kind of corruption passes canon just a whole lot. Enti ye chino editenino ena ye man bill a ye investigating case na yan wie o pabo ena onya akwanwane ye. So you see the same way Ofori Atta the free Ghana, same way no so the free Ghana. No the difference they say he was arrested and detained ena ye man bill ena odwane ye. The Afghanistan government was not smart because omuni man komu seize ni passport ni bibia ko ultimate kwan. You understand? So, the case, the Keno Furiata case, no difference bien nim. Sa the case, no any Ofori Atta case, no ensunsunie bien nim. Ensunsunie ni say ye chino Keno Furiata de yanchino. That's the only distance and this difference. And to all your corruption, we ye hwehwe na chino no. ye chi ni wie ya ye start in the case no aye man bill no na wa kra Afghanistan wa dane Africa bull so to Washington or US. That same person had defend Ofori Atta. Onye over the second part now, I say this matters because it establishes a pattern, not guilt, a pattern. When accountability approaches, the response is not ledgers but leverage, not courtrooms but corridors, not answers but narratives. Now place that history beside the present. Ofori Atta is not being hunted for opinions. He is being sought for transactions, revenue assurance arrangements that hemorrhage state income, procurement processes that bypass approvals, public funds spent with private discretion, a tax refund account treated like loose change. These are not metaphors. They are lying in terms under investigation by the Office of the Special Prosecutor. And I have and our back at the Ofori Atta issue no say Obia shake the Ofori Atta because of the opinion no. Dabi. Ya shake the Ofori Atta so omba answer questions. Na sa papa we ya all defending the Ofori Atta no is rather giving narratives, not answers. It's rather narrating. And they want to turn the whole issue and make it look like say government is hunting somebody, a witch hunting. They want to that's how they want to turn the whole issue into. What is the defense strategy? Not to disprove the fact, to attack the forum. Kwasimi's public campaign follows the same architecture as his past entanglements. Recast prosecutors as persecutors, shift attention from contracts to constitutions, replace timelines with trauma. When the facts are heavy, float the story. And the yeniabri prosecution no questions so answer issue dealing with witch hunting. We don't understand it. The narrative story. They are trying to justify everything. Notice what is missing. No forensic rebuttal of the SML arrangements. No document trail dismantling procurement breaches. No audited explanation of the tax refund account. Instead, we get interviews about health policy, politics and feelings. This is not a legal defense. It is reputational fog. Or see, after ye flippy coin no. See can Ofori Atta issue no. Ye can SML issue. Ye can yama procurement breaches asema. Ye can tax refund asema. Na can Ofori Atta ne nkrofo nam. Ena me yare me hun Tommy, me hun dudumi, me ko jaya shawa America. Ye be kape politics. Ye be kape ye ya manyosem ye which handi can Ofori Atta. The real issue ne wo na there are documents, evidences to prove no. Ken Ofori Atta himself is afraid to come to Ghana because on him say the state of Ghana was solid evidence against him on Timimbano. Ye can Ken Ofori Atta asembia the health or yare. Ken Ofori Atta hun dudu no. Ken Ofori Atta catch so beba May ye were December Monday 28th, 29th, 30th, 31st. I cut 3 days. Not 2025 abana we Ken Ofori Atta so magana. So what are these people trying to justify or manipulate? Na Kwasimi defending. Shadiye. A lawyer with unresolved corruption allegations in his own public service past now asks Ghana to suspend scrutiny of client accused of abusing public office. He asked the public to trust his moral outrage while refusing to submit his client to the very process that could clear him. That's not advocacy, that is projection. And to say lawyer, he's referring to Kwasimi. Lawyer who unresolved corruption allegations yen kan wasem u bisa Ghana say yen suspending your friend say ni scrutiny yen suspending the scrutiny na u san bisa your friend say u bisa your friend say questions and I say you are questioning the reason in yen is abra that same issue no debate ma ina free problem no because as I'm talking to you now say Can Ofori Atta ban to me answer the questions not valid that could take him out of this trouble. The playbook is familiar. Delay long enough and memory fades. Complicate long enough and fatigue sets in. Internationalize long enough and domestic resolve weakens. Turn law enforcement into a culture war. Cast warrants as wickedness. Call cooperation optional. If Kwasimi truly believes in due process, the prescription is simple. Produce the client, submit to questioning, file motions in court, let judges rule. Anything else is theater. Into I say Kwasimi jibibia dia, and it is simple. On producing the client can Ofori Atta and Fambra court. Non submitting questioning, non filing motions for court, not judges who rule it. Never any ABC. Ghana does not owe apologies for enforcing its statutes. It owes its citizens answers about how their money was handled. Until those answers are given, every press conference is a distraction and every sermon is suspect. Ghana is not on trial for asking questions. The questions themselves are on trial because someone refuses to answer them, and a man with a past still shadowed by unanswered questions has no standing to demand silence for a client now facing his own. So as you can see, I say Ghana yendi obia apology ka dabi. Yeah, they hear answers how omo handle yesika. You know obia ni problem. You hear answers. Toba I say from Kabul to Accra, the geography may change, but method remains the same. When questions close in, answers are replaced with distance, noise, and delay. Kujo. And you all have to know, sir. Kwasimi and Niabri are all defending the man, all defending Ofori Atta no. The same thing, and on see your journey for share America. On so Afghanistan for anything in your young group. And Abonsan for me. First, economic as American is or Afghanistan. The same crime no committee on Namgana said the end. But anyway, munchira margin or comment section. Medine came fantastic.